Here are 4 proven ways you can record your band straight from your digital mixer, from simple plug and play to full multitracks. In this video, I will break them down step by step so that you can start recording your very next gig. But before we dive into the how, let me first give you a few powerful reasons why you should record your shows in the first place. Welcome to Mix and Pixels, where we teach audio through video. If you're in a band and you've got a digital mixer and you're not recording your shows, you're missing out on a massive opportunity. In this video, I'll show you 4 different ways you can record your gigs and explain 4 reasons why recording every show you play will take your playing, your sound, and your whole band to the next level. Are you ready to go to the next level and start acting like a pro and not just pretending to be one? Here's why you should record your shows. Reason number 1, you need to listen to yourself. This is what separates amateurs from pros. Musicians and sound engineers need to go back and listen to last night's show with fresh ears. Make notes of what worked and what needs improving. If you make this a habit, your craft will level up. Reason number 2, online presence. We live in the digital age, a world of social media marketing. You could be the best band in town, but if you're not online, people won't find you, which means they will not come to your shows. Recording your show gives you quality audio that you can sync with video from your phone, instantly upgrading your social media presence. Pro tip, never post raw phone audio. Always use the audio recorded from the mixer. This will make you stand out from others. Reason number 3, backup for when life happens. Bands change, people leave, and new players join. Having recordings gives you a blueprint of your songs and your shows. That way, replacement musicians or sound engineers can get up to speed quickly, whether it is for a one-off show or for a new band member. Reason number 4, make rehearsals count. Recording multitracks, and I'll get to that in just a bit, means that you can create practice tracks for each band member. You can send all the songs in your show to your drummer without the drums, so that he can practice at home, or to the singer without the voice. Suddenly, rehearsal isn't about learning songs and parts. It's about running the show from top to bottom and everyone can come ready. Next level game changer. Now, let's move to the how you actually do this. And like I said before, there's at least 4 ways you can do it. 1, using an iRig. If you don't know what an iRig is, check it out. It's a great way to feed audio into your phone to record. While this topic probably needs a video by itself, I wanted to say that it is possible to record your show using an iRig, with the limitation that you can't record multitracks. You can either record your own in-ear mix or your main left and right. 2, recording a mix from your mixer onto a USB drive. Many digital mixers have a USB port that allows you to record a mix from your mixer onto an external drive. Here's what you need: a mixer with a USB port for data transfer and a USB drive with enough free space on it. Then you can record onto your USB drive like this. Format the USB drive to your particular mixer. Plan this before the show because you might get there with an USB drive that is not in the right format or with not enough space for the show. Connect it to your digital mixer. Don't force the port. You don't want to break it. Find the recording feature on your mixer. Choose the mix you want to record. It could be the main left and right, or you could choose a particular monitor mix, such as the drummer or the singer's monitor mix, and press Rec. Press Stop when you're done. Pro tip: some mixers have a light for the USB port. Wait until it is off to get the USB drive out. If it is on, it means it's still saving data. And if you unplug it at that point, your recording could get lost. Yes, I learned that the hard way. Same limitation as recording on an iRig here. You can't record multitracks. You can either record your own monitor mix, your left and right, or any mix for that matter. One benefit of recording this way is that you essentially get a fully mixed WAV file that is ready to be shared right away, with all the processing and volume changes that you did in your mixer. 3. Recording multitracks into a computer using a DAW. Most digital mixers have a card slot with a USB port on them that allows you to connect your computer to it and record channels separately, aka multitracks. This is what you need. Check that your digital mixer has one of these USB connections, a computer with good enough specs to be capable of recording multitracks, a DAW installed on your computer such as ProTools, Logic, Ableton Live, Studio One, Reaper, and so on. A USB cable like the ones used for a printer. Now to record, simply follow these steps. You connect to the port in the mixer. Set your mixer configuration to send to the card. In the case of the X32, you need to tell it the amount of channels you're recording, and you need to replicate the same input configurations to your card. If they are different, your recording will not work. I learned this the hard way as well, to only find out later that nothing got recorded. Let's say my inputs are all coming from a stage box connected into AES-A, 1 to 8, 9 to 16, 17 to 24, and 25 to 32. Then I need to set up my card to the same AES-A, 1 to 8, 9 to 16, 17 to 24, and 25 to 32. Now, let's say I'm recording 16 channels and all the inputs are coming from the back of the mixer. That is local, 1 to 8, and 9 to 16. Then I need to set up my card to local, 1 to 8, and 9 to 16. You can also choose from different sources if that's how you have configured your inputs. For example, 1 to 8 and 9 to 16 from a stage box, and 17 to 24 and 25 to 32 from local, 1 to 8 and 9 to 16. You can also choose the user input part of the X32. In summary, whatever you used for input, you will need to replicate on card. Make sure your computer also has the right input configurations and the amount of channels you're recording. So let's pretend I'm recording on ProTools. Then I need to tell ProTools that my inputs are coming from the X32. Then I create the amount of channels I'm recording, 16 in our case. I name them like I have them on the mixer and I assign an input. If kick is coming from 1, then I choose input 1 on ProTools. Snares 2, so I choose 2 on ProTools. And I do the same for every channel. You can create stereo channels for stereo inputs, such as keyboard or guitar come in stereo from a modeler. You can do the same on Logic. Ableton Live. Or any DAW for that matter. I personally use Ableton Live for live recordings because it is more stable, it uses less processing power than other DAWs, and I find it easier to do all the input configurations. Then I export the tracks into Pro Tools and I mix there. Pro tip, name every track and every channel. This will help you keep things organized so that later you're not chasing and trying to decipher what audio/123_XT is.
No! God, please, no! No!
The advantage of recording this way is that the files are in your computer right away. No need to be importing or exporting anything. The disadvantage is that you will need enough free space on your computer or external drive to record your show. Also, if something happens and your computer fails, or your cable gets disconnected by accident, then your recording is ruined. 4. Recording multitracks using an SD card in your mixer. Some mixers already bring an SD card reader, for example, the Behringer Wing. For others like the Behringer X32, you can buy a card slot add-on with different connections separately and replace the one it brings. This is what you need to record multitracks on an SD card. A mixer or card slot that has an SD card reader built in, an SD card formatted for your mixer. Otherwise, you will get an error and it won't let you record. Now to record, simply follow these steps. The first thing you need to configure is if you want to record 8 channels, 16 channels, or 32 channels. Same as recording with a DAW. Always check this because if you don't and you want to record 32 channels, but it is configured for 16, then only 16 will be recorded and not 32. You need to configure the inputs and card the same way you would to record on a DAW in a computer. Whatever you used for input, you need to replicate it on card. Start recording from the card menu on the mixer or on the app. One advantage of recording on an SD card is that you don't need to bring a computer or a cable, only the card. Another advantage is that the card menu tells you how much time you have available to record depending on the free space on your card. Some mixers even have 2 SD readers, so when one is full, the other SD card takes over the recording seamlessly. Did you know any of these ways to record? Let us know in the comments right now. So let's say you're a sound engineer. You may be thinking,
why do I need to record shows on multitracks?
Think again. Having multitracks of your band allows you to run virtual sound checks. Essentially, you can start the sound check without the band being there. Yes, you will have to tweak things, but you can get a good bit done before the band gets there. If you have the multitracks, you can practice mixing the show. The same way a musician would practice their parts for a show, you can too at home with headphones or speakers. So there you go. These are 4 reasons why you should record your shows and 4 ways to do it. If you're stuck in a rut, desperately wanting to improve but don't know where to start, this is it. If you try this and it doesn't work for you, then you have my permission to unsubscribe from this channel. That's how much confidence I have in this process. Talking about that, have you already subscribed to our channel? Why not? It doesn't cost anything and it actually helps us to continue making relevant content for you. And remember, great sound is always within your reach.